Good morning or afternoon, dear guests. Welcome to our 5th webinar about vertical farming, which is part of Equine Plus project. Through this project, our aim is to empower young individuals to embark on a journey that revolves around essential and interconnected topics, including climate change, ensuring food security, and adopting smart farming practices. Today, we have the privilege of welcoming a distinguished speaker who is an expert in the field of agriculture and environmental engineering. Our speaker, Dr. Ratih Kemala Dewi, is from Indonesia and is a lecturer at Bogor Agricultural University. Dr. Ratih Kemala Dewi holds a PhD in agricultural and environmental engineering from Tokyo University of Agriculture and Technology. Prior to that, she completed her master's and bachelor's degree in agronomy and horticulture. And during her PhD studies, she was honored as an Innovative Asia GICA Next Fellow, showcasing her dedication to advancing agricultural knowledge. Her areas of interest and expertise cover a wide range of critical subjects, including regenerative organic farming, the innovative no-till cover crop system for organic production, urban farming with a focus on hydroponics, and sago palm production. Dr. Ratih Kemala Dewi is equipped with extensive skills and knowledge in crop production, sustainable agriculture, plant nutrition, organic farming, soil health, soil carbon sequestration, and others. Before we start, I want to mention that we have 5 more webinars on the topic of vertical farming coming up, so you can stay updated by visiting our Facebook page. Well, without further ado, let's welcome our speaker, Dr. Ratih Kemala Dewi. Dr. Dewi, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Joanna, for the great opportunity. Okay, I would like to share my presentation. Okay, good morning and good afternoon, everyone in Vienna and in Indonesia. Okay, today I would like to present about I would like to talk about the vertical farming, in particular, media and growth condition of the vertical garden. So before I start, today I would like to talk about how to start vertical farming. First, I would like to start with media and nutrition, and then type of plants, and then maintenance, and then how to start your own garden and make a community and earn money. Okay, vertical farming is a specialized application of hydroponic farming. Maybe you already know what is the hydroponic farming, in which crops are grown on top of each other rather than in traditional way in horizontal rows. It is a form of controlled environment agriculture that often incorporates soilless farming techniques. So soil in the cultivar in aeroponics, and then growing for conserved food of land use. As you can see in here, this is the implementation of the vertical farming, cable or crops production, and also you can use for the ornamental plant in your wall, or even you can use the vertical farming to make an artificial
Sorry, Dr. Devi, I think there is some interruption in the connection. Do you hear us? Is it only with me?
Yeah, I do. I do hear you, but I cannot hear the presenter, so.
Okay, give me a few seconds. I will text the speaker.
I'm sorry, Yona. I have technical problem.
It's okay. Maybe we fixed it.
No, already. Okay, I will share my presentation again. So maybe start from this slide or this slide
Maybe from beginning.
from the beginning. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry, everyone. I have a technical problem, so sometimes my internet connection in my place is not so good. So, okay, I would like to restart my presentation about the media and growth condition of the vertical farming. Okay, in this presentation, I would like to talk about the how to start a vertical farming, starting from the media and nutrition, and then types of plants, and then how to maintenance the plants, and then how to start your own garden and make a community and earn money. Okay. The vertical farming is a specialized application of hydroponic farming in which crops are grown on top of each other rather than in the traditional horizontal rows. It is a form of controlled environmental agriculture that often incorporates soilless farming techniques such as hydroponics, aquaponics, and aeroponics. Growing vertically allows for conservation in space, resulting in a higher crop yield per square foot of land use. As you can see in this screen, we can see the implementation of vertical farming for the food production and also for the ornamental plants in your wall. Even the vertical farming also can be useful for making artificial rainforest inside the greenhouse. Now I'm going to talk about the media and nutrients. Growing media is a physical support for plants. The media should be supply enough oxygen, water, and supply adequate nutrients, and should be heavy enough to keep the pot upright. Then the balance in the availability of water and oxygen needs to be maintained to obtain optimal product quality. Then the growing medium must have a large pore space for air exchange and a balanced small pore space to retain water. The optimum pH differs depending on the type of planting. In general, the pH range are 5 to 6.5. If the pH is higher than 7.5, then the micronutrient binding will occur. But if the pH less than 4, then the toxic ion, for example, aluminum, zinc, and cuprum, will be dissolved in the water. The media containing 50 and 60% organic matter, for example, peat or pine bark, with medium particle size 0.3 to 0.9 cm, has been proven to provide sufficient cation exchange capacity for the production of woody plants in the container. As you can see in here, the ideal media can support the growth of the roots of the plants, so the plants can grow and can produce well. And the media consists of the organic compound and also the inorganic compound. For the organic compound, you can use peat, pine bark, sphagnum moss, hardwood bark, melaleuca bark, animal manure, sawdust, wood shaving, wood chips, composted municipal refuse, composted sewage sludge, rice hulls, and bagasse. And this is several example of the organic compound. For example, this is the cocoa peat from the coconut residue, and this is the pine bark from the pine residue, and this is the sphagnum moss. This is the rice hulls from the rice residue, and this is the compost, and this one is the sawdust from the wood residue. You can use this organic compound for your hydroponic production. And the next is for the inorganic compound. The inorganic compound usually consists of the polyphenolic foam, polystyrene foam, perlite, vermiculite, rock wool, calcined clay, and leca or lightweight expandable clay aggregate like this one. This is the leca. This is the calcined clay, and this one is perlite, vermiculite, rock wool, and polystyrene foam, and the polyphenolic foam. So you can use both organic or inorganic compound for your growing media. So because you use the inorganic and organic compound for your growing media, so you need additional nutrient because this media usually in the inert form. Inert form is there no no nutrient inside the media, but you need to add the additional fertilizer to keep your plants growing. And this is the nutrients. This one is just example how to make a stock solution based on the cheaper solution. If you have access of this chemical nutrient chemical, this is the amount of nutrient chemical needed to make a 1 liter of a nutrient stock solution based on the cheaper that include this potassium dihydrogen phosphate, potassium nitrate, calcium nitrate, and etc. And after that, you can dilute your stock solution. For example, for 2.5 liter of stock solution, that dilution 900 times, and this is the amount needed for the solution A and the solution B. And then you mix this solution A and solution B for the source of the nutrient of your plants. So you can, if you don't have access with this chemical nutrient, then you can buy this mixing solution A and solution B in the online shop. For example, in Indonesia, you can buy in the Tokopedia or Shopee, so something like that, in the online platform, or you can also buy in the Amazon. Okay, so this nutrient is very important to support your plants to grow, because you are using the hydroponic media, that the hydroponic media is very different with the soil, so you need the addition nutrient. But don't worry, you still can make organic production using the hydroponic system as long as you use the compost. And this is how to maintenance your growing media. You need to examine the media, for example, the nutrients that's contained in the media, or the pH or the EC or electrical conductivity, and this is the standard. For example, you evaluate the nitrogen. If you find your number of the nitrogen is between, for example, 40 to 39, so your nitrogen level in your growing media is in the medium level, so it is not good enough for the plant production, so you need to add more nitrogen. And this is the electrical conductivity evaluation. For example, you have electrical conductivity evaluation using the portable handheld EC meter, and then you find your electrical conductivity is around 1.8 or to 2.25. Then the interpretation is your electrical conductivity is satisfactory or higher than desired, more than optimal, then your growing media is enough to support the plant growth. Sometimes we also need to check the temperature and also the wind condition, because in the greenhouse, in the afternoon, the temperature level in the greenhouse might be higher than in the night. So you need to make you need to make the temperature lower. For example, to open the layer of the greenhouse, or using the fan or using the mist blower to make the temperature lower. And this is how to adjust the pH and the EC. If you want to lower your pH, so you should add the acid fertilizer. For example, change from alkaline fertilizer, for example nitrate, to acidic ammonium fertilizer, and you can use ferrous sulfate 300 gram per 100 liter of water. And if you want to increase your pH, you should stop adding acid to the irrigation. Then you can change from acidic fertilizer to alkaline. You can use the flowable lime, about 250 milliliter per 100 liters of water. And if you want to lower your EC, you need to reduce the amount of fertilizer and the frequency of fertilizing. And also you can do the washing. If you want to increase the EC, you can increase the dose of the fertilization and also add a constant application fertilization frequency of 200 and 250 ppm of nitrogen. This is the way how to adjust the pH and EC. So you can try in your home garden, make pH and EC adjustment. And if you use the soil as the growing media, you need to pasteurize the media to reduce soil-borne disease, because soil-based media is usually pasteurized before its use, but soilless is not. Then the pasteurization is about 71 degrees Celsius for about 30 minutes to avoid the soil-borne diseases. And how about the types of plants? In your vertical garden, you can plant herbs or vegetables or ornamental plants or fruits. You can plant the single like this one, monocrops, or even you also can mix your plants. multiple cropping. And now I would like to talk about the planting building. So the vertical farming usually cultivated in the controlled environment, agriculture, or protected condition. The cultivation is generally carried on in the greenhouse. Why in the greenhouse? Because it can minimize environmental influence that are less favorable for plant growth, can produce all year round, and then take advantage of unproductive land, efficient use of resources, for example, water, fertilizer, and energy, and also labor, and then more control for pest attack and plant disease, and then social influence, more stable, can provide labor all year round, and then improve production and product quality, and a controlled environment in crop production system can provide high productivity. And the purpose of environmental control is to stimulate plant growth and provide plant needs at any time in the accordance with consumer wishes. Then how about the greenhouse? A greenhouse, also called a glass house or hothouse, is a building where plants are cultivated. As you know, a greenhouse is built of glass or plastic. It heats up because the sun incoming ultraviolet radiation warm plants, soil, and other things inside the building, and then air warmed by the heat from hot interior surface is retained in the building by the roof and walls. The glass used for a greenhouse works as a selective transmission medium for different spectral frequencies, and its effect is to trap energy within the greenhouse, which beats both the plants and the ground inside it. Then the environmental control carried out by the greenhouse includes controlling and modifying day and night temperature, air humidity, and carbon dioxide levels that are optimal for plant growth. So, for the greenhouse style, the crop quality and predictability can be achieved within efficient, cost-effective structure such as a well-designed greenhouse. If the production of high-quality plant product within efficient, cost-effective control environment system is the ultimate goal, then the design must be considered the type of crop and its associated cultural demand, and the production system which will support the growth of the crop. When a decision to build a greenhouse is made, choosing the type of structure, covering, and environmental control equipment can be so confusing. So this is the example of the style of the greenhouse. This in the left side is the freestanding style, and in the right side is the for the attached style. For the freestanding style, you can build your greenhouse using a quonset style, tripenta, dome, Gothic arch, slant side, A-frame, and gable roof. And for the attached style, you can use the straight side lane 2, curved side lane 2, slant side lane 2, and attached cable. This greenhouse can be attached to the home and may or may not have an entrance to the home. And this greenhouse can be placed almost anywhere in the landscape where the ground is level and adequate light is available. Okay, this is the example of typical greenhouse in my country. In this greenhouse from the Lembang, Bandung. And this is the unusual greenhouse style. You can find unusual greenhouse style, for example, in the US Botanical Garden, in the Eden Project UK, and the University of Arizona, and the Garden by the Bay of Singapore. They make unusual greenhouse style not only for the growing plant but also for the conservation purpose. And this is the example of what is the inside of the Garden by the Bay greenhouse in the Singapore. They plant many kinds of plants inside, and they also can make an artificial waterfall and also artificial rainforest, artificial rainforest inside the greenhouse. So this implementation of vertical farming is not only for the food production but also for the attract tourism and also for the conservation of some plants or some crops. And this is the sky green organic vegetable. Why they claim this production their vegetable production is organic? Because they use the media they use is compost, so the compost can be source of the nutrient for the plants. And how they maintain this media for the growing of their plants. As you can see in here, they have like a rotation wheel in here. Actually, this tray is moving, but very slowly. This tray is moving, but very slowly. So one tray, in every day, they can touch the water and also they can absorb the nutrient from the media. So this media can support their growth for their vegetable. But this is the example of floating hydroponic and nutrient film technique system for the vegetable production. This one is not organic because they use the chemical fertilizer as I described previously using the I and B mix solution. Okay, and how about the greenhouse covering material? Speaking about the greenhouse covering material, you need to consider about the light transmission, diffusion, light quality, and also mechanical resistance, heat loss, thermal resistance, and then condensation behavior, and then the sensitivity to temperature. For example, the sensitivity of the greenhouse to the temperature, to the UV radiation, and to the chemicals. And you also need to consider the size of your greenhouse, and also you need to consider the cost of your greenhouse. And this is the example of plant factory. In the Miosi Plant Factory, Johor Bahru, Malaysia, they produce leafy vegetable using the hydroponic technique, but in indoor. So what is the difference between the plant factories and the production in the greenhouse? If we cultivate our vegetable in the greenhouse, we need to build a greenhouse in the field. But if we want to cultivate our vegetable using the plant factories, we can cultivate our vegetable in indoor, I mean in the room, but without the sunlight. So in here, the sunlight is replaced by the LED lamp or artificial sunlight. And the Miyoti Plant Factory, they claim they have more benefit of hydroponic farming system using this strategy. For example, they have no use of pesticide, or they have no found any disease inside their farm because it's cultivated in the very controlled environment. And this, you can plant this even in the city and also close to the customer, because you can sell this vegetable directly to your customer and may be eaten without washing, and then higher nutrition content, longer shelf life, and then constant supply through season and disaster. And they claim also they use 95% less water and lower carbon footprint, and this one is a very sustainable methods and environmentally conscious farming compared with the traditional farming system. And now I'm going to